India is growing strong as a country in all aspects: human development, science and technology, economy, industry, agriculture, military. So likewise, I say, let's shed all inhibitions, let's shed all reservations and celebrate Telangana. Because if you think of Telangana, think of a movement which can bring the left wing RSU, Radical Students Union, or the Communist parties, and the right wing RSS or the Bharatiya Janata Party onto the same platform with a commonality of purpose. Imagine a movement where farmers, bankers, rickshaw pullers, lawyers, fruit vendors, businessmen, people of all colors and hues come together and march for the same cause. Imagine a movement which has spawned hundreds of books, thousands of songs and movies. Imagine a movement that has foisted young men and women onto the stage where they spoke to an audience for the first time. Telangana movement is one of the greatest democratic expressions this subcontinent has witnessed in the last few decades. It has created thousands of joint action committees all over Telangana. There are joint action committees for bankers, for lawyers, for miners, for auto drivers, for pharmacists, and so on. It has created a generation of responsible citizenry, politically aware youth, authors, singers, and balladeers. It has spawned a generation of intellectuals who debate the Constitution of India to the minutest of details. The struggle for Telangana is not just about creating smaller states for the sake of better administration. It is not just about alleviating the problems of backwardness. It is not just about creating a new state or splitting an existing state. It is a genuine people's movement of a people who constitute historical, cultural, economic, and geographic entity and has a voice in self-expression, self-rule, self-determinism within the legal confines of Indian Constitution. Well, I can give you a lot of reasons why Telangana is a great idea. Let me cut right to the chase and come to the so-called contentious issue or the bone of contention, Hyderabad, and some frequently asked questions on Hyderabad. We've been hearing a lot of questions off late after the announcement in the last 50 days regarding Hyderabad and how it is the bone of contention, etc. A lot of people ask, what happens to Seemandhra investment in Hyderabad? They've invested here because this was the capital city. Well, in India, some of the most favored destinations are the large metropolitan cities like Delhi, Chennai, Bangalore, Hyderabad, Mumbai. Hyderabad, if I may remind you all, was the 5th largest city in India at the time of independence, 1947. And at the time of formation of Andhra Pradesh, even before the formation of Andhra Pradesh, Hyderabad was the 5th largest city. And I would like to remind you and reiterate, Hyderabad, as we speak today, is still the 5th largest city in India. In fact, it may even be the 6th or 7th largest, if you ask me. Well, Hyderabad was a favored destination, not just because it was the capital city. Hyderabad was a favored destination because by the time of formation of Andhra Pradesh, Hyderabad was already a top-notch city in India. Hyderabad was a city which was featured in Time magazine. It boasted a world-class infrastructure with major universities, industries, water bodies, public transport system, and institutions. Well, not all states in India are blessed with cosmopolitan and metropolitan cities. There are a very few cities in India and a large number of states. So therefore, businessmen who would like a great return on investment flock to cities which can actually offer them great return on investments. What helped Hyderabad to become this favored destination and one of the cities that has been favored by the central government also is the fact that Hyderabad was an ideal choice from the point of view of the Indian government. When India got its independence, the general thinking in the initial days was that India needed a city which was far away from the hostile neighbors, Pakistan or China, all the hostile neighbors in north. And Hyderabad looked like a safe destination, far away from the border and away from the coast, to establish major institutions. The other factor that worked in Hyderabad's favor was that unlike British-ruled cities in India, Hyderabad actually had a large tract of land available, which was actually owned by the Nizam, which then became public property, the government's property. Therefore, Hyderabad had lakhs and lakhs of acres of land at its disposal, which could be used to set up a large number of institutions. That's why the Indian government installed many premier institutions here, like ECIL, BHEL, HAL, DRDO, DRDL, NGRI, CCMB. Sure. Well, just making it quick. the reason why Hyderabad was a favored destination is for two reasons. One, because it was considered a faraway and a safe city from the Indian government's perspective, and two, because it had world-class infrastructure already in place. So these claims that people have invested into Hyderabad because it was a capital city are wrong. People don't invest in cities because they're capital cities or because they have some sort of an affinity. People invest, or investors invest in cities where they get a return on investment, nothing more. And moreover, I would like to make one quick point. Today, a lot of people, Tamilians, Malayalis, and Telugu people invest in Bangalore, even though it is not their capital city. Many Gujaratis continue to invest in Bombay after separation of Gujarat and Maharashtra. So therefore, these investments we see will continue going forward as well without really much of a hitch. And can the Seemandhra leaders claim Hyderabad just because they invested into Hyderabad? Well, no investor can claim a city for themselves just because they've invested into that city. As I said, Bangalore has a lot of investors from all over India, but that doesn't mean they have a right or a claim over Bangalore. And similarly with other metropolitan cities in India. Cities belong to the people of the region, either that is a district or a state. The best way to capture this mood is with the caption, Hyderabad belongs to Telangana, Telangana belongs to India, Hyderabad belongs to all Indians. We have no dispute on that. Well, one quick point. When states or cities are divided, I'll just wrap up in 2 minutes. Going by the geographical delineation, cities go either which way. It could go to Telangana or Andhra. Today, Hyderabad is in the hinterland of Telangana, and it cannot be separated from Telangana. That's a given, because you have to travel 200 kilometers from Hyderabad to reach any side of the new Seemandhra region, Seemandhra states that is proposed. Well, leaving aside all the other aspects, I wanted to make two things clear. The Telangana Rashtra Samiti is clear on two issues. One, the CWC resolution on the 30th of July had categorically said that Telangana will be formed with 10 districts, and Hyderabad happens to be one of the 10 districts. So therefore, it is an integral part of Telangana. It will have to continue as an integral part of Telangana, and there can be no compromise on that. And secondly, this whole idea of union territory status for Hyderabad, it is also unacceptable to TRS. It is a demand we reject outright, because we believe union territory essentially means compromising on the sovereignty of a state. Therefore, it is a demand that is unacceptable, and in a country where union territories are actually being converted into states, there's no point in creating a new union territory. And I'll say one last thing and close it at that. Today, Telangana is an eventuality. Prolonging this outcome and opposing Telangana will only increase the animosity of the people of Telangana towards those who oppose it. So let's actually look forward. Let's actually look forward to a better future for the two states that are to be formed, Telangana and Seemandhra. And let's work out amicable solutions. We are for amicable solutions. We are looking to talk. We are looking for a meaningful discussion. And certainly, while there are issues that can be discussed, Hyderabad is not one of them. And with that, I thank the organizers for giving me this opportunity to make the opening remarks. Thank you.